What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slasher here. We are back with the Pound and Slash Marvel Media Podcast. I'm Depraved.
I'm Pounds. Hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
He was not ready. I asked him if he was ready, and then he said, yeah, he was ready. And then my computer wasn't ready.
And then he made me ready, and I'm like, what the hell?
And then it was ready, so I hit record, and here we are.
Oh, man.
We've actually got an exciting week this week for you.
Yeah.
We get to talk about the Ant-Man.
Yes, the Ant-Man
The
with
Ant-Man.
Paul Rudd. Sorry if I'm a little, out of it.
I
I'm
made-
tired. And he jumped on it. He said, hey, what's going on? I'm like, we are recording, right?
We are.
Damn it. What episode is this? Like 40,000? I don't know what episode. What episode is this podcast, man?
32 or something
32.
like
We're getting close to 40, guys. Please,
Something
everybody,
like that.
give us 40 subscribers from that. Just 40.
All right, so,
That's all I got.
Mr. Ralphus,
Oh,
hit us with the news.
you waiting for me with the news? Okay, we're just gonna kick it off. Well, Charlie Cox says that he is now coming back for, which is, I guess, it's two news in one, really. First of all, he's been signed for. Well, I don't know if we said this in multiple podcasts. He said he was signed for like multiple years of deals, so I guess it went through. And now he's coming back in Spider-Man 4 for playing as Daredevil this time. So,
Which they haven't even announced Spider-Man 4 yet.
hello.
Thank
So-
you, Charlie Cox, for dropping the ball.
Hey, Alfie Moorhead dropped the fact he ain't dead, so there's that too. But that's cool though, but it makes me feel like in this one, so we probably won't see him as Daredevil, which is fine. I guess it is what it is. We probably won't see him.
I told you from the beginning we wouldn't.
That like I know you said, but I had hope. I had hope that maybe we was gonna at least see him in the costume. So this time in Spider-Man 4, when we're all probably gonna be like 99 years old now, it's gonna probably come back at like what?
You're like on the edge of the screen, homie.
I am on the edge. Dang. You're gonna keep that in a blooper. Like, we ain't stopping nothing in this joint. But that's good though. Sign for Multiverse. How much do you think it was? Like 200 million?
I don't care.
Oh, okay. You should care.
I don't.
It's Charlie Cox.
At some point, he'll sue Marvel. Let's keep going.
That's really?
He is a lawyer.
No, that's Black Widow.
She's not a lawyer, though.
Yeah, well, she's a... Never mind. Anyway, Marvel Studios reportedly developing a new solo Hulk movie based on the World War Hulk comic series and with... almost got tongue-tied. There we go.
So,
With the events after She-Hulk. So
This
that's
is-
what's supposed to lead into it.
a maybe, by the way. Because here's the thing. I don't know if Marvel's actually gotten permission to do that yet or not. They've been
Oh, yeah.
talking for years that they want to do a solo Hulk.
Right, and as I said, right now it's just rumored, so take it with a grain of salt. But
The problem is Universal would have to be okay with it.
and Universal is very stingy. They're worse than well, I'm not saying they're stingy like Amy Pascal, but they are kind of.
They're 100% okay with Marvel using Hulk
It's just how much money you're going to spend
in
for it.
anything except for solo movies.
Why is that? I never understood that concept.
Because they own the rights to the Hulk.
Yeah, I know they own the rights to the Hulk. But I'm like, they can't let them just borrow for one movie.
You'd think it's that easy. It's not. Nothing in life is that easy.
Anyway, the next bit of news we got is there is Marvel Studios officially new book has indicated that Agents of Shield. On one hand, Agent of Shield is not canon in the MCU, but on the other hand, Agent Carter is somewhat, not all the way canon, but somewhat canon. They released 2 new books out that basically describes whether or not these guys are canon or not.
You know what?
It doesn't matter.
Until somebody from Marvel comes out and says 100% okay, nothing TV show-wise is canon to me anymore.
And that's what's so sad because, like I said, the Agent of Shield was cold, and that what came after of the Avengers, I thought that was cool, and then it just kind of went to shit in the handbasket. So,
Right.
next bit of news we also got is Josh Whedon has reflected the criticism of the Age of Ultron, saying that there are parts of the movie where I'm like, I could have did better with it. And I'm like, basically, people are asking him like, how do you feel that Age of Shield, Age of Ultron was like a bomb, which really it wasn't. It made like $3 billion or what, $1 billion. So
Right.
not really. So I get it. Everybody didn't really like that situation. So yeah. The next thing we also got for news is the fact that Sony's Marvel is about to release 2 untitled movies in 2023 and 2022 and 2023 with the events that have happened with Venom 2 and the post-credit scene. So
A new Venom movie is supposed to be happening that Spider-Man's in.
great.
The Tom Holland quote-unquote hasn't signed up for.
Another Venom movie. Yeah.
Did you think we were done?
Yes.
No.
I want this. No, I thought we were done with I'm not saying done with Venom. I just thought we were done with the Venom. This whatever. Well, maybe this might be good now that we got. It's almost like leaving a track. Okay, I might jump on board. It's like leaving this shitty, trashy, whatever the fuck these two Venom movies are, and then we get this new President Venom. Like, you know, I like that. Okay, I will follow that to the ends of the earth. Speaking of which, Amy Pascal says she almost had to throw Josh Whedon out because of the pitch meeting that she did when Spider-Man first was about to get reintroduced. She said that she felt like, in her mind, that she didn't have any control over Spider-Man.
Huh?
It was a pitch meeting that again, 2000 was like 14, whenever Spider-Man Homecoming first came out, and she was introducing Kevin Feige was telling like how the Spider-Man, you know, was going to come into the MCU, and she felt a little resentful from it. Like, she didn't want that to happen at first.
It's because she's a twat. And she, again...
Oh, she still got her hands in this shit to this day.
Needs to fucking go away. Amy Pascal. Chica. All of your Spider-Man movies suck.
They really do.
Except for...
Spider-Man 2 and 1 and 2, and that's it.
Those aren't technically theirs. They were Columbia's.
Right, because they came in at very... Right, so technically,
I'm just saying, ever since you guys took over the reins and ran with it and started doing your things, nothing has been good. The only thing that has been good is what Marvel has had a hand in. You need to lose the rights because you suck.
And Kevin Feige, he's like going... He's been at the needle. He's going back and forth with this, like... Please, let me release some more stuff. Like, he's just now releasing covers that are speculating that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire could be in there. No, the Empire covers, you know, for magazines. Because Amy Pascal was literally being this evil person and basically saying, "Nah, we're not going to release those." I'm like, not even releasing just material. You know, we're not even showing Andrew, or, no, because like I said, we don't know if they're in it. Just anything. She's like, "No, we're going to keep showing some more Venom stuff. Some more. We're going to have 2 new movie titles." I'm like, Amy, can we... we're going to show more Kraven the Hunter. Like, can we, like, not... Can we... Maybe they're MCU titles. Maybe they're secretly MCU titles. Like, they were the 14 films. They were like, we get 2 more. We got 16 bitches. Let's go.
I mean, Spider-Man 4 might be one of them, but...
Oh, God. Watch that. That's funny. The other bit of news we also got is basically saying that... Where is it? Oh. The Ed Baker, Bro Baker, and you probably forgot about this podcast, but Ed Baker, this is probably the most recent one too. He basically, not recent, but old ones, but he said like how he felt like the Winter Soldier was not what the Winter Soldier was, and basically Marvel Studios and Marvel also gave him like some money for it because he basically is the one that helped reinvent this type of the Winter Soldier that you see in this movie now. So they basically gave him. Now, I don't know what the money is, but they gave him a compensation for the fact that he made the character. Because he was...
You worked for Marvel.
Yeah, he was one of the ones that... like
He was the one that bitched.
Right, there you go. That he bitched about Winter Soldier was not the Winter Soldier that he wrote in the comics that they threw out in the MCU.
That wasn't all he bitched about. He bitched that Winter Soldier became this character...
Well, yeah, right.
That became super popular, and he wanted money for it because he was the one that created the character.
Right.
So Marvel gave him what he wanted, and it was
Yeah.
stupid because he wrote the character while under the Marvel
And he's a
brand.
co-creator. He's not. He had help from another creator. Like he really wasn't like the main creator. He was like co-creator. So I'm like, I get it. I mean, I don't get. I mean, damn, bro. That's like saying James. That's like giving James Cameron like money because of the fact that he didn't like the or Martin Scorsese. Like, are you giving some money to people who don't like your shit? Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I would never have gave him no money, but yeah, they gave it to him. He's like, thank you. Now I can go away now, because he was in the limelight for about a minute. Like, they're fucking up my Winter Soldier. Like, your Winter Soldier. Well, wow. I don't think you. I mean, thank you, but you did your part.
I fucking hate people.
Oh, they are evil people, man. And let's see what else we got. There is also rumors. This is rumor, take a grain of salt there too, that Robert Downey Jr. might come back as Doctor Doom.
No, actually, there's not.
What, that rumor went away?
No, so the article that you're probably thinking of was explaining how he almost became Doctor Doom.
Oh, okay.
And I read that article. It was in back before the MCU.
Yeah, before the MCU started.
For the very first Fantastic Four movie that Fox did.
Right.
He actually tried out for the Doctor Doom part, but did not get it.
That could have been an interesting little show on with
I
that.
I would have. Now I actually think it would be interesting if they brought him back to be Doctor Doom, because with him being all fucked up, it makes sense why he would have the suit on.
Oh man, cause that's his life support, wouldn't that, or his life like keeping him alive? I guess.
Possibly, he'd become a whole different kind of Iron Man. But
That would be interesting.
there's a way you could do that and make it super interesting. I just don't think they will, because he's getting old, and they're gonna want whoever Doctor Doom is. They're gonna want him around for another 20 years.
Right, at least. Oh, and then here's some stuff. They said Ghost Rider may have a helping hand in the Secret Wars.
We talked about that last
No. We know Nicolas Cage was one of the prizes. We can't fucking reprise his role, but now they're suggesting that this in the Secret Wars will come out. Ghost Rider will have more of a bigger role than
I
ever.
hope it's the Ghost Rider from fucking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I hope so. Because we never know. We talked about it like last time, but we don't talk about he wants them to be in the respective roles. But now he's coming out, Kevin Feige's coming out basically saying that Ghost Rider could have a possibility of having a big role in Secret Wars.
Yeah,
now, wherever this Ghost Rider is, bro, could you imagine? Nicholas Cage. I said it last
That'll
time,
be the first Marvel thing I don't watch.
Oh my god. And he has a big role in this movie. We gotta go get some people. I know a guy. Oh no. We go right to the not the car. We go right to the motorcycle place. That's you'd be like, that's not Norman Reedus. I'm out, bro. Because he's the one that said he want to be Ghost Rider. He said he wants to be this Ghost Rider. He want to be the first Ghost Rider.
I actually do not want Norman Reedus.
Oh, you don't want him? I thought you wanted him at one point.
No.
Huh?
I want him in the MCU.
Oh, you just didn't want him as Ghost Rider?
I don't know what he would play. I don't have like a good role for him just off the top of my head. I don't think he'd be a good Ghost Rider. Although, I mean, he knows how to ride motorcycles. That's like the one thing he's got going for him. But I just think there's a role that'd better fit him.
Also, with the MCU collecting the X-Men, with the X-Men going to the MCU, the reboot has Simon Kinberg's approval. So basically, he's perfectly fine because I didn't know the director that Simon Kinberg actually directed First Class. So he's given a approval because he was kind of worried at first that he didn't know where the X-Men was going with this whole after Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix, but then he just got word of the news that they went to MCU. Then it's like, oh, I wouldn't mind seeing where that goes because
Well, whether he gave his approval or not, it was happening.
I mean, it was happening regardless, but it's just...
And I think it's one of those things, he's just got to swallow it and be like, all right, you know what? I guess I'm done with it.
Right. Because, I mean, like I said, I like First Class. I like First Class.
I'm in a weird fucking dark tone today. My bad, yo. I'm like, hey, he just better get the fuck over it. Oh, the dude about Winter Soldier, he needs to get the fuck over it, too. Nicolas Cage needs to not be fucking near anything. No, fuck the news today. All your news sucks, Ralph.
It really is. No, Amy Pascal almost was getting ready to
get punched in their fucking tail.
Bro, because she was about to be the reason why Spider-Man was not about to come in Homecoming again. Like, bro, she's literally like that thing that can plug him out. Well, he's going to probably plug himself out now, but... Could you imagine? Because she went out. She said, I was crying. I was resentful. Kevin Feige made me feel like I wasn't good at my job.
You're not.
You're really not, woman. Damn, you're really not. Like, this is a fail. Anyways, I think literally. Oh, and the Eternals director explains why the Marvel sex scene is important. Basically, she said it's about love and passion.
What sex scene?
There's a sex scene in the Eternals movie.
Okay.
That they basically explained about the love and passion, and she also addressed the same-sex marriage.
We might not, depending on my money situation, cover that when it first comes out, y'all. Bear with us.
Right.
It'll get covered.
Oh, no, yeah, we're going to cover it. Right.
I just might have to wait for it to show up illegally somewhere.
On the dark web?
Something like that.
Go find.
Nah.
You were like, you know what? I'm in it now.
Money is super tight.
I got you.
And she's not going to be able to go to the cheapo movie theater anymore. Like, we're going to have to go every time, spend $36 fucking to go watch a fucking movie. And I don't know if I got that kind of money.
I remember.
Especially if my kids are here, they're going to want to go.
Yeah.
That's
When you told me about Shang-Chi, the first thing you said was Ralph. I was like, what? I had to spend this much money. I'm like, I was about to say, that wasn't that bad. Because I spent way worse.
He's like, dude, I spent half of that on ticket and then twice that
Right, bitch, what?
on snacks.
On snacks. And I still bring in an 8-piece fried chicken in this bitch. Like, hey. They're like, you got to go. No. I bought this. I bought it in the theater. I have a lot of faces. Bought that bitch in the theater. But anyway,
Next.
yeah. I think that is it. That's it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm
Because
good.
usually you say this and then you find another article.
Because I'm awesome like that. Thank you. No, that's it, though, for real.
Okay.
That's it. News was okay. He may have found it dark, but I thought it was interesting.
No, I didn't find it dark. I made it dark.
You did make it dark. Like your soul.
Fuck
sir.
all of them. And while we're at it, fuck you too, Lou Ferrigno. I don't even know why at this point.
Because
You didn't say shit in an article this week,
This-
but you
this
will
week,
next week. So
right.
fuck you too.
Why they keep? Oh,
I
you
love
know,
you, though.
you know they because he's like they're making the Planet Hulk with this CGI bullshit. Watch them confirm this shit. He was like, "I'm going on Twitter." Stop right there. Nope, we're gonna go ahead and cancel that whole thing, Lou.
Someone needs to like ban him from talking publicly.
Because he keeps talking. That and Marcus and James Cameron, they all keep talking publicly about this shit.
And while we're at it, RDJ, fuck you too. I don't know why.
Just because.
I love you. You're great. You're great.
But you should not have died, motherfucker.
Tony
You
Stark.
got all these fans ready to like burn fucking MCU right now to the ground. And fuck this kid. No, just fuck this kitty too.
This kitty is adorable. She's
Oh,
saying hi.
Yes, she is.
Here, baby. Is that what you wanted?
She's like, I want out. She's like, I want out.
Here. Oh, don't take the cord with you.
That's the cat, guys.
Hi, baby.
That's the cat that we see for like the past 4 podcasts now.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. So today's podcast is based on the movie Ant-Man. Just to give you all the tale of the tape. Okay, you're done. To give you all the tale of the tape, it came out June 29th, 2015, under the Marvel Studios brand.
Mm-hmm.
It is 1 hour and 57 minutes long.
Yeah, almost 2 hours. It is 2 hours.
Tomato meter reviewers as a whole, so critics gave it an 83, audience scored it as an 86. It is considered certified fresh. It was made on a $130 million budget and grossed worldwide $519.3 million, a little over that. Well, a lot compared to what we make, but a little over that. Top billed cast: Paul Rudd as Scott Lang,
Which he
/
killed it.
Ant-Man. Michael Douglas as Dr. Hank Pym / Ant-Man. Corey Stoll as Darren Cross, which he did fine as, kind of.
Yeah.
Evangeline Lilly as Hope Van Dyne, who killed her role. Bobby Cannavale, he played Paxton.
Right.
Anthony Mackie reprised his role as Sam Wilson, or the Falcon, whichever one you want to go by. Or now he's Captain America.
Right.
If you did not know that, spoiler alert. For Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Where have you been? I'm kidding. Yeah, no.
That's how we started.
Right.
Fuck is wrong with you?
We started with that one. That's the first one we start with. Where have
Yep.
you been? He's Captain America now. Literally.
Judy Greer was Maggie Lang.
Yep.
Abby Ryder Fortson played Cassie Lang. Little Cassie.
Right.
Michael Pena played Luis.
Right.
David Dastmalek, he played Kurt. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
No. This is it. Nope. David, nope.
Tip T.I. Harris played
Yep.
Dave. Haley Atwell reprised her role as Peggy Carter.
Yeah.
John Slattery reprised his role as Howard Stark. And then Martin Donovan played the character of Mitchell Carson. And if you don't know who that is, he's the guy that got punched in the face.
Yeah, I thought he was the one that he slammed his head down on the desk. But
He did that too.
Okay, he did 2 things. Oh, he was punched in the face. Yes, he was midway through the movie. Damn, he just got a punchable face, sir.
Right. Oh, it was written by Edgar Wright,
Yep.
Joe Cornish, and Adam McKay.
He was supposed to direct it, but that didn't
And
happen.
then directed by Peyton Reed.
Right, because Edgar Wright was supposed to direct it, but something had happened, so they just had him become the writer.
All right, so we're gonna start off talking about the story. Starting off, Hank Pym's history with Pym Industries.
Bro.
Obviously, he was the original creator of Pym Industries.
Pym Particles and all that. Yep.
And then at some point, I guess, became under contract of Shield,
S.H.I.E.L.D.
and then decided he was done with Shield for whatever reason. I don't remember his exact reason.
I thought because of his wife.
Well, she had died before that.
Oh, okay. I thought that's what would cause him to kind of fade off because of that mission.
That's why dude got punched in the face. Actually.
Right, because he said something about his wife, and I thought that was the funniest shit ever. He slammed that shit right on. He broke his nose. He went, oh! Where's Venom at?
Right. And I love the beginning of this movie because it was really cool seeing Haley Atwell. Okay, so I've seen this movie now 4 times.
Right, and
This 4th time that I watched it was the first time I noticed that was Haley Atwell and that was the Agent Carter character because they never call her Agent Carter.
Right. And at the time, Agent Carter, I like for the TV show, I said, oh, that's the chick from Captain America. Yeah.
I didn't notice.
Yeah. He's
So-
like, who's that voice? I was like, that is Haley Atwell.
I obviously recognize Howard Stark.
Yeah. From Iron Man 3.
But when Haley Atwell aged, did not really look like Carter to me. I guess is why I never really noticed
Because
until
she had to be like, at the time, like, what, 70? Or had an age of, like, she looked 70 years old, I guess? Because that was like, but
so basically Pym was working for S.H.I.E.L.D. and he was like, I'm not going to use my tech for you guys anymore.
Right, because he was supposed to give the tech over to them.
And what was funny was when he left, the guy's like, should we go after him? And the dude and Howard Stark was like, I don't think we could if we wanted to.
Right, he said, you want to go to war with somebody that you see that's not, like, that you don't see coming? Like, bro, they were showing, like, footage of him, like, how he was, like a blur, like, because
that was later.
Oh, okay, I thought they showed, like, at the beginning.
That was when, what's his face? Killian?
Oh, okay. I thought he showed him, like,
Is his name Killian? I could be wrong. Darren.
Okay, I thought he showed him, like...
I may call him Killian a few times. Right. I know that's Aldrich Killian from Iron Man 3. Guys, so last night I streamed, last night being as of this recording, it will not be a last night as of, but I was streaming on Twitch, and I was streaming Lego Marvel Avengers.
Oh yeah, I gotta get to your shit eventually.
I was playing Lego Marvel Avengers, and I actually played the level where you play as Iron Man in Iron Man 3.
Right.
And so yeah, Aldrich Killian's kind of on the mind in terms of just, shitty villains. Okay.
Yeah, he was.
He wasn't a bad. We'll get there
right,
when we get to Iron Man 3
because right now we gotta stick with the.
Stay focused, Nick. Stay focused. All right.
That's why I'm here. I got you.
Scott Lang's time in jail.
Yeah, bro, that punching fight. Yeah, that whatever the hell. Leaving jail thing was a punch scene. What?
So he's in jail because he burgled.
Well, he burgled. Well, that's a given.
I love when he's explaining that later on. He's like,
I'm a straight thief and shit.
You're professional robbers. No, robber implies people being involved. He's like, I don't like altercation.
No,
I burgled. Scott Lang also has a very damaged relationship with his family. His ex-wife is now a twat. Look, I don't care. I do not believe in using kids as a bargaining chip. I hate the whole idea of you need to be paying child support or you can't see your kids. Like, fuck you, that's my kid.
Yeah, that's my kid. Yeah, okay, because I was saying I think I asked you that before, like, how did you feel? Because that was real, like, more towards, like, with children.
I don't agree with that mind state at all.
Okay, because, like, that's crazy, because...
That's like implying you have to pay rent to see your kids.
Direct parents, because using them as, like leverage, or it's like, oh, we'll take away from you. We'll take away. Like when he showed up, like, at the party, and they're like, what you doing here? I'm like, whoa, damn. That's my child. Like, what? Like, hold up. You're not supposed to be here. Like, they treated him like he was like a like he was an outcast.
Right.
Like, it's like, that's my kid. Can I see him? Like the police officer, he was a dingleberry. Like, he really didn't want to, bro. Okay.
We also get to see how hard of a job it is to find a job as a felon.
Oh dear. That Baskin Robinson scene. Was it Baskin Robinson? No.
It's just Baskin Robbins.
I thought it was Baskin Robbins.
It's Baskin Robbins.
Baskin Robbins. I thought it was Robinson. Baskin Robinson.
That's all right. My buddy King Blitz.
Yeah.
Massive man.
Mm-hmm.
He calls him Massive a man.
Nice.
I'm like, nah, bro. It's just Massive man.
Massive a man. But yeah, that whole scene is because he kept, can I get a chili dog, a drink? He's like, bro, this is like an ice cream place.
He was like, we don't serve that.
We don't serve that. He said, can I get some cheese? I'm like, what?
I love when he gets fired and he's like, Baskin Robbins always finds out.
Right. Oh, bro. I thought he was gonna keep his job, and I was like, No, that's too
Yeah, so he gets fired for, being a thief.
being a thief. And he said, but if you want, you could take one of the Sundays, and I won't tell nobody. I said, bitch, what? I would have took everything.
So throughout a lot of the movie, we realize Hank and Scott actually have a lot in common. They both have broken families. Hank does not really get along with his daughter, so they have a little strained relationship.
And yeah, and it does come out later on through the movie, like how strange it really is.
Because of Darren Cross's making this new suit, of course, Hope goes and tells her dad. So they do kind of work together to try and stop what Darren's
Right,
doing.
because Darren Cross is trying to make like little small soldiers that you don't, like you said.
Well,
you don't see.
he's trying to sell it to whoever wants it. It's not
Right.
just even like you're doing it for Americans. You're selling it to
Right.
whoever,
To the highest bidder.
to the highest bidder. Which is not cool.
And that's why she still goes to the daughter. And on top of that, she said, like, you know he perfected your PIM particle thing, like, or like kind of took an equation because he worked with him before he decided to leave the industry away. So he mastered, I guess, supposedly mastered how to, or not yet, because like they were field subjects, weren't they? Like how to shrink people and all that. So
Right.
but
And what's really cool though, so like the relationship does heal. So her and
Yeah.
him get into this huge argument.
oh boy,
And then Hank sends Scott out to talk to her.
right.
And Scott gets out there. They have a little conversation. They kind of patch their shit up too.
He said, "You guys do not know how to lock your doors."
It's like, living in an area like this, you should probably
lock your doors. She said, "Oh God," like,
like she knew what the conversation was going
Right,
to be.
right.
She's like, God damn it.
right, because he came in. He said he opened like how someone opens a door, like just knows it's your house. Like, wait, did you even knock, bro?
Right. No. So then, my favorite scene in the whole movie is honestly, and it's my favorite scene because it almost every time I watch it, almost makes me cry. Is the scene where he's telling her what really happened.
Oh, about how he about she went to the quantum something, not quantum realm, but she shrunk to like something because we didn't know about the realms.
She was subatomic.
Subatomic. Okay, yeah, because we do. I mean, we knew a hint of it from Doctor Strange about realms, but we didn't really dive into that. She just was subatomic and shrunk literally into nothing. I guess at that time the movie came out, and that was the only way to stop this bomb was coming down. And that was a good little heartfelt moment right there too. Yeah.
But yeah, so I absolutely love that entire scene. And then everything's cool, kosher, everything's good.
That's how it works. That's how Disney does their stuff, man. Disney magic.
And then they go through, like that's during the whole training montage, which is all fun.
Oh yeah, how you punch and so like were you aiming for the head, like the head or something? Were you aiming the fist, bro?
One of my favorite fight scenes in the whole movie is the invasion of the Avengers headquarters.
Well, because he
Him
told
and
me to get some
Falcon's fight.
Yeah, well,
so
at first
good.
he told me to get the tech, and he was like, because he said it was an old building, and then he said, guys, this is not it. He said, Hank, you son of a bitch, because you sent them into an Avenger, because this was like after.
It was originally a Stark Industries facility.
Yeah, it was a Stark Industry facility, because this happened like after what Winter Soldier and let's be all frank, at the time, bro, when we talk about this too, bro, we was getting what. Iron Man, Cap, and then Thor, and then they said, "Oh, we're gonna get Ant-Man." I'm like, "Who the hell is that?" Because I don't give a shit about Ant-Man. I didn't really care about that. Like this was out of all, even Guardians of the Galaxy after Ant-Man. Like this was the one I was kind of worried here because I'm like,
So how does this have anything to do with this scene?
yes, it does.
Okay.
It goes right back to it.
Okay.
No, I said with the fighting and whatnot too. No, I'm just saying, just for me, for overall, I went in there with little expectations with Ant-Man, even with all of the whole movies at first, but then it surprised me.
Right.
But now, like I said, now with the fight scene in the way, I wish they had more characters besides Falcon. I really wish they did, just to see Ant-Man just fight everybody. I mean, I get it. Falcon was the
cheap option.
The cheap option. At that time, they couldn't.
At the time, Anthony Mackie was not
As big as he is,
the high-profile person he is now. He was not Captain America.
Right.
Although I'm sure they were planning on eventually making him Cap.
Right, making him Cap.
Dude, my hair is a fucking mess.
Without telling them. But the fight scene was cool. It was entertaining. It got me because, like I said, you were telling me how he would use like his sensors to find him because he shrunk to the size of like literally an ant, so he couldn't really catch him.
Right.
He didn't like throwing punches either, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if like, because they say he don't like altercations though, but Ant-Man, he didn't really throw too many punches as much. Well, he just kept shrinking himself.
He did. Not for that fight, no.
Right, towards the like, and when he fight the Yellow Jacket, but like which I like the Yellow Jacket fight by the way. I thought that was probably my favorite fight because he shrunk literally down to exactly what Hope's mom did, and then that's when we saw the thing. But that was my favorite fight, the Yellow Jacket versus the Ant-Man, their final fight.
Right. Yeah. So the fight with Falcon was a lot of fun. A lot of him just like going.
Yeah, back and forth.
Going small, throwing Falcon around.
Right.
Falcon thinking he's getting the upper hand just for.
And that was entertaining. I didn't think that was, that was interesting.
I absolutely, and I added this in as an afterthought. The way Scott got his Ant-Man suit, so they did the whole, they did that stupid fucking thing that I love, by the way, when Luis is telling how he finds out information. And you always see the other people that are talking while it's going.
He said, this guy told this guy, this told this guy, and then he told me.
So they go and they rob this place, and you actually get to see a bit of the smart side of Scott Lang when he breaks into the safe.
Right, because he used compression.
Well, just breaking in everything, period.
Right.
So he immediately seen the keys on the table, knew one of them had to have been for this fucking door.
Right.
Goes down there, realizes that to get even further, there's a thumbprint lock, so he goes, steals a thumbprint off like a door handle.
Right.
Makes some sort of rubber fingerprint thing on the stove.
Yeah, that was weird.
Opens that door.
And meanwhile, an ant is watching, or Henry, but an ant, he's watching him do this, which is kind of interesting. Like that's like, huh?
Right.
Never thought of it like that.
And then he like goes in, uses like liquid nitrogen to blow open,
to like compress like ice,
to blow open the safe.
Yep.
Because
with a pillow, like or use a mattress to make sure it doesn't make a noise.
Right, and it was also in reference. So I guess the steel, the safe was made out of the same kind of steel that the Titanic was made out of.
Wow,
is what he was saying.
Right.
So he's like, so it does not like cold. It's like, obviously.
That was
a good dark humor joke without being an actual dark humor joke.
It doesn't like cold. Oh shit. Okay, thank you.
And then, here's something I wanted to touch on as well. Darren Cross as a villain.
Yeah, what did you...
So, early on, I was interested in him as a villain.
Okay.
So, he does this whole speech towards the beginning of the movie when he's showing off the tech to Hank Pym and a couple other people.
Right.
And he's having this conversation with Hank, where he's like, remember every time I asked you about the Ant-Man, you'd always tell me they were just stories. You know, like, they were just stories, tales to astonish, things like that. And I love the Tales to Astonish reference because...
Yeah, he did say that, didn't he?
With us actually reading through the older comics, we've read a lot of the Tales to Astonish, even though most of them suck.
Right.
It was a cool reference point.
Yeah, now that's something I didn't catch. Like I had, now that I'm reading comics I rewatched, I said, he did say Tales to... Hey, he said that. Like, because they were one-offs. Right. I mean, it was a one-off, man. That's what he was.
But, over and above all... He felt like a generic villain.
Oh, okay, like Malekith generic villain, or just
same level.
Same level. Okay, I can see because I thought he was an interesting villain.
I actually find Malekith more original than him.
Really? I mean, well, okay, he's just a carbon copy of Ant-Man, pretty much.
Well, no. So Darren Cross as a character is the type of villain that bores me.
Oh,
the I just want to make money, so I'm going to sell things to whoever.
I'm going to sell things to the highest bidder.
I need more reason than money.
I mean, at the end, he wanted to be the Ant-Man suit, so that's why he called... I mean, okay, I can see how you see that, but I saw it differently as where it's like, it's almost like he wanted his approval, but he never wanted to give him the approval.
Well, he wanted Hank's approval.
Hank's approval, but Hank was like, nah, he's dangerous, or not dangerous, but this is not it, so that's why he said he perfected his own suit, because really, he wanted to be the Ant-Man suit. He wanted to actually... like Star Wars, that shit. Obi-Wan, Luke Skywalker, that shit.
Right.
But he said, fuck that.
And then I don't like Yellow Jacket as a character.
Really? Okay.
Because it's just Ant-Man.
Oh, okay.
And honestly, if this would have been like the first movie in the MCU, it'd have been really cool.
Right.
But it's like we always get these villains that are just direct copies of the heroes.
Well, yeah.
It's like, hey, look, it's the guy with the same powers fighting the hero again.
Yeah.
And it's about to happen again with Spider-Man versus Venom.
We're going to get a Spider-Man 3, but maybe just a little bit better. Just a slight better. Maybe.
I just...
But yeah, Darren Cross, he was okay. I mean, for what
He wasn't terrible.
Yeah, for what the movie was worth, he was okay. That's why they talk about might bring him back. That's the point. But
I don't know. I do remember his helmet being in Loki. It was buried in the ground in the
Yes, it was.
other weird world that I don't know why he would have been there to begin with.
he was sent there. I think he got sent to the quantum realm.
Right.
Because they all thought he died, and then they're talking about reports of him coming back. But yeah, and the whole thing was just interesting though. But I like Darren Cross. He was cool, especially when he shrunk that dude. He said, I think this is gonna be a threat. He said, man, why don't we talk a little bit more? And then he shrunk the business dude down to nothing and just flushed him down the toilet.
And then we also get a final fight with Scott Lang.
And that was my best fight. There was.
It was a lot of fun. It was okay. So a couple of my favorite parts did come from this. Like a couple of my favorite parts.
Because it started in the
fight
airplane
scene. I was not a fan of the airplane or the helicopter fight.
A helicopter, right? It was like a 4-way fight going on.
That one was kind of meh. But so like when he gets into Cassie's room,
right,
and they're fighting on the train track. Dude, that scene where the train's coming, and yeah.
Because it hit him.
Yellow Jacket like holds his hands up.
Right, because it hits him.
And then I love how they pan back immediately and you just see the train fall off the track.
Right.
I was like, that's great.
That's comedy. That's good.
And then I loved just as much, very, very short time later, when the Thomas the Tank Engine became a giant Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah. Yes, it did. Scott Lang just, saying, I mean, I know she didn't hear. She's like, I'm sorry, Cassidy. And he shrunk, because remember, he told him, don't go past that, blue? And he said, you know what, I'm going to go past it just to shrink down, just destroy it. Because he had to destroy the circle. Otherwise, he would have attacked Cassidy. So, that's some hero shit.
Cassie. She's not a rapper.
So heavy. His name is Cass. And I've been calling her Cassie this entire time. Nice. Job. Cassie.
Anyways. But yeah, the last fight seems a lot of fun. And it's I mean, they're all over the place. Everywhere from... Because really the helicopter scene is kind of a pre-final fight scene.
Right.
Because if you remember, Scott actually gets arrested right after all that.
Yes, he did.
And then that's when they get the call that there's something going on at the house.
Right.
So they rush. Scott finds a way to flip his helmet on so he can shrink.
Right. 'Cause I thought the ants came in and gave him the suit. I thought they walked into his jail cell. I thought, okay. I thought
You're in a different part of the movie, homie.
Yes, I am.
No, I'm talking about when he's arrested at the end of the movie. He's in the back of the cop car.
Oh shit! Yes, right.
It's right after they fall out of the helicopter. They land in that backyard.
Right in the backyard. Right. My bad.
Right. So the Ant-Man gets arrested.
Yeah.
Finds a way to lean over and get his head in the fucking helmet so that he can use his powers.
Right.
And then saves Cassie, and then finds a way to even come back, which I thought was really cool.
Yes, he did.
He took one of the growth things, stuck it in the belt, and then forced it to do it again. And
because I thought he was gonna be stuck there. I said, well,
but then didn't even remember how he did it.
Yep.
Because once he got back to the regular world, they were trying to figure out how he got back. And he's like, I don't remember.
Right, because basically he grew himself, literally. He did what you saw in Captain America Civil War, except from a small to human.
Right.
Because I thought he was going to be I swear, bro, if it went for... I knew that... I didn't even know they would make Ant-Man 1, 2, and all this. I was like, bro, I thought this was it after Ant-Man. Like, well, he just dies in the corner, or whatever the hell he's in.
And then we get the post-credit scenes.
Yep.
You get the first one that sets up for Ant-Man and the Wasp. Hank showing Hope her new outfit.
Right.
And he was like, me and your mom were always working on this for you.
Right.
Or we're always working on this. I didn't know why at the time, and now I realize we were working on it for you. I think it's time we finish it. So that was setting up Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get a scene from Civil War.
Yes, we do.
Where Bucky is chained to a pipe. I think it's just a giant fucking pipe, if I remember correctly.
Right.
He's chained to something.
And that because that time I thought it was direct post credit, but that actually literally was
from the
a
movie.
scene from Civil War. Yep.
And that's when Falcon and Cap
Yep.
were having a conversation. He's like,
Your
I
mom's
don't
name.
know, I don't know how we're gonna do this alone.
Oh, yeah.
And then Sam's like, oh, I got a guy,
Right. He's like, I know a guy.
referencing Ant-Man. And because right after that is when it goes, Ant-Man will return.
Right.
I love how they've started doing that.
Right. I love that.
So will return.
Right. Or the 10 rings will
the
return.
10 rings will return.
It's like they keep adding new shit
Right.
to their shit. First they the ones that kept doing post credit scenes. Now it's like Thanos will return. Like, oh, okay, cool.
We have not gotten it. Well, yeah. No.
No, not yet. But
Thanos is not going to return. He's dead.
you don't know. No.
He got dusted.
That's not what the fans said. Now let me. Is that why I know he's gonna be in the next Marvel Sony? No, let me stop.
Don't do that.
Thanos versus Spider-Man. What?
That would suck so bad.
I just want to snap. No, you're not. No, wait. We'll watch that shit.
So over and above all, though, so story-wise, I actually gave the story a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Honestly, it's a very solid
From
story.
beginning, middle, end.
And that was we'll go into some more stuff on the overall. Acting, super solid as well.
Yeah. Nobody never really faltered.
Actually, I don't think I changed any of the fucking scores from last week. I think they're all literally the same scores.
Doesn't say I was gonna ask you. So it's
No,
gonna,
all right. So story, I actually would give like a 7, or probably an 8.
I give it 10 out of 10 because it had crossovers. I mean, like
At
starting
one.
to bring in more in people that were in other places. So I liked it. And of course the fights were on point too. But yeah, and the humor was there too.
So acting, I'm gonna put it an 8
Okay,
for me.
okay. I'll give it a 9 then.
You can give it a 10 if you want to give it a 10.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Dude, be you. Do what you want to fucking do. Like, don't try to cater to my shit.
He said to you. No, actually, the movie itself overall it's a 10. The whole movie itself. Now two.
We're not that far yet. Calm down. We're going through the individual things. He's like, dude, he's done stolen so many conversation topics, and I just let him fucking run with it at this point.
This is what
There's no flow to him. He's just like, I want to talk about everything. I want to talk about everything now. I don't want there to be any order whatsoever. Just as things come to my mind, I'm going to say them.
From episode, for the first time I first came into this damn camera, I have literally said, okay, I said, just be yourself. I said, oh, that's not good. That is bad.
The next thing we're going to talk about is special effects. I'm actually going to give that a 10.
Yeah. That shrinking shit. That, and all that. And growing shit.
Or acting. I'm sorry. We completely skipped acting. Motherfucker. Acting.
Rock man, jump a hole.
Dude's got me all distracted and shit.
Yeah, there it is.
The acting, I also give an 8 out of 10. So, Paul Rudd, Michael Douglas, Evangeline Lilly, shell out top-notch performances.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Corey Stoll gives us the same humdrum villain role we've seen so many times, but at least he does it well.
Doofus and the other police people.
So, yeah, it was really fun seeing all these characters being portrayed the way they were. I feel like Michael Douglas stole the show, though, in terms of acting. But then again, you didn't expect him not to.
It's Michael Douglas.
It's Michael fucking Douglas.
That's an Oscar winner right there.
Right.
That's Academy Award winner, bro. Of course. Damn. Let's give Michael Douglas too, for that matter.
Right.
Jesus.
So then we got the SFX. That's what's next. I give that a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Because again, and so what I put was special effects in this movie are actually pretty spot on. Nothing looks too ridiculous, and even the ants in the movie are done really well.
Yeah, they look almost real, which is kind of creepy.
Love when Scott shrinks. They do a really good job of showing a huge world. And the large Thomas the Tank Engine is pretty fun as well.
Right.
Right. So yeah.
And it comes out the house.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah. And then I love that they ended with a pet dog ant.
Yo.
Ant dog.
Yep.
Whatever it is.
Pet ant that can play the drums.
That's the next one.
That's not the next one.
What'd you give the special effects?
I gave it a 10. Real, like I said, this is it blew my this movie blew my expectations. I said, bro, I want to see more from this person now. So yeah.
Right. Fighting. I'm actually going to give it a 7.
Okay.
I think for the most part they did really well with the fighting.
Well, he ain't like fighting as much. It's just like towards the end.
They're done really nicely. Everything from Scott's training to Scott
Right.
versus Falcon to Scott versus Yellow Jacket and
Right.
his thugs. The motion is captured really nicely, and the fight scenes choreography is actually done really well as well.
Bro, like that gunshot, he did like a flip and ran to the gun and aimed that uppercut. I was like, yo,
But
that was lit.
my biggest problem with the fight scenes is, while they did really well, especially in the scenes where he goes from small to big and doing his things that he does, all that
Right.
fun stuff. While that is really cool, I still feel like you never really get to watch him punch anyone when he's small. Mm-hmm. So it's like you just see people bouncing around,
Right.
and sometimes it just looks a little ridiculous.
It's a little ridiculous. Okay.
But overall, solid outing. What'd you give it?
I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Like, just the whole, like, it was training, and it was, like, playful training, too. Like that. Show me how you punch. And she went, decked him right in the mouth.
All right, and now we get to where we give the total. We used to do this where we would average all of our previous scores, not anymore. We just say what we think the overall thing is, and then we average our last final scores, and that's how we come up with where we put it on the tier list. So the only thing that kills this movie for me is honestly the lackluster hero copycat villain in Yellow Jacket. It makes for some fun fight scenes. It just gets to feel too repetitive since it's literally every fucking Marvel movie. It's like Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket, Iron Man versus Ironmonger, Vision versus Ultron, fucking
Even though Black Panther doesn't come up till later on, Black Panther, Killmonger.
Thor versus Loki, Black
Right.
Panther and Killmonger. If
I
it's
feel
not
like
that,
they just wanted just to keep it to where, like,
It's
hey,
a-
we know that villain.
it's a cookie cutter model.
Cookie cutter model. Yeah, and Prince and Buddy apparently.
It
damn.
works. It's fun to watch.
It's fun to watch.
But at the end of the day,
Because you would think it get tiresome after a while, but somehow it doesn't. That's kind of crazy how they got that. But yeah,
that's the only thing that kind of kills this for me. I ended up giving it an 8 out of 10.
I gave it 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. It was okay until he says, "I'm gonna destroy you," and I said, "Oh, good fight though."
Right.
But he says, "I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna beat you up." I was like, "Oh, bro, once you start showing emotion, you're like Kylo Ren to me."
Right.
You became a sissy person now. You're like, nah, that's the lowest anybody can beat him. Hell, Howard the Duck can beat him. But yeah, 9 out of 10. Yeah,
So what that does,
it is watchable. I watched it at least I watched at least 4 times. So yeah, it's a watchable movie.
that puts it at an 8.5, which averages it out to a 9. Da-da-da-da-da. I gotta switch some things around, ladies and gentlemen. Switching over. You'll get a weird pause for a second. All right, that's my script, by the way. Say hello, script.
Hello, script.
All right, so as you can see here, we've got our tier list. Ant-Man
Yeah.
came out to a 9. It goes up here with all the other 9s. The Black Widow that he didn't remember we had at an A rank.
Hey.
That was a fun argument last
Oh
night.
my God.
We were talking, and I was like, Black Widow was a good movie, and he goes, no, the fuck it ain't. And I look at him, and I'm like,
the most cockeyed
I
look
said,
ever.
I've got video proof that you think it's a good movie. I was like, we ranked it at a 9, which means at the very least you had to give it an 8 or a 9. And he goes, shit.
Right. I said, shit. He drugged me. I knew it. He put something in my drink to say it was a good movie.
Although, honestly, I want to drop it down to B because I don't think it's as good as some of these others.
But yeah. I don't know. I can say where it's at. I thought I ranked it poorly, but I don't know. Fuck, man. I guess I got too much on the apple juice and orange soda.
No, we literally just watched it.
Yeah.
We came right out of watching it.
Yeah, and then we went right into the.
And then we made the podcast episode.
I said it was good, but it was useless.
It's good, just pointless.
It was pointless. If you want to watch it, that's fine. I don't care.
But yeah, so Ant-Man gets to go up there with Shang-Chi, Black Widow, and Guardians of the Galaxy.
So, and it's number. Do we have an S? So Spider-Man 2. Sorry, 2.
Spider-Man 2 is the only S rank.
S rank. Yeah. So, which, to be fair, we're Spider-Man fans till we die. So.
Also true.
Until we get Spider-Man 3.
It will not be the last Spider-Man movies up top.
Right. Oh no.
Yeah, that was yeah, Ant-Man right there. It's another movie down. Look at this, guys. We're down to like that many movies.
I like how you go. I don't know, bet you gonna count them.
There's 13 per row.
Yeah. I was like, bro, you gonna count all the movies right there?
13 times 7.
What, 7? Is that like?
I got a calculator up. Fuck that.
What, 81?
And then plus 91.
91? Shit.
And then plus 5, so 96. We got 96 more movies.
Oh boy.
And that is including, I do have Eternals.
Right, and Spider-Man No Way Home in there.
Spider-Man No Way Home. I've also got the
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, Multiverse Madness, Quantumania.
Which now that's coming in May now, so.
So some of them don't even come out till next year. So I mean,
right. Well, we got it
we
for
got
you.
that already on the list, and then I can add things as things actually start to come out.
Right.
But yeah. So
overall, good movie.
there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A rank for the Ant-Man. Now, one of the things, and this is one of the things I was going to originally talk about, but he tried to jump ahead when we weren't even talking about
Always.
it. I was actually, so the one thing the MCU has done so well, and just as much with Ant-Man as so many other of the things, is it's made me enjoy and care about characters that I never gave a fuck about before.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be real. I say I'm a Marvel guy, and that's been more of a development as an adult than it was as a kid. Growing up, I was never a Marvel or DC fan boy of any sorts. I was a Spider-Man and Batman fan,
And that was it.
and that was it.
He said,
And some X-Men.
Okay.
I did enjoy some X-Men. But like, I don't like most of the other supporting heroes in the comics. At least starting off when I was younger, I didn't.
Right, who cares?
I'm
about
growing
Iron
a
Man
lot of
and-
appreciation for a few of them now
Right.
that now that we're reading the old school comics.
Oh yeah.
But I remember being like, when Iron Man came out,
You're like, who cares
guys,
about that?
well, just period. I didn't start watching any of the MCU until after the Avengers came out.
Right. Yeah, he told me that, and I was watching them
Because
back to back to back.
I didn't give
when
a
they
fuck
came
about
out.
any of them. I was like, they can't have Spider-Man. Why the fuck do I care?
And you're like a lot of people who see that, because it's like remember Spider-Man, all of them were just coming out. Like he was coming out his trilogy, X-Men just dropped their shit, and then Iron Man. It's like, what? And then you get a washed up actor like Robert Downey Jr. who just got off rehab. Like, yeah.
Like I didn't
Sure.
I didn't give a damn about Iron Man. I didn't give a damn. I definitely didn't give a damn about Captain America. Fuck you Boy Scout ass heroes.
That's what he told me about. He said I don't like the Boy Scout. I said, well, that's a GG.
I didn't care about Thor.
Yeah. And that radiant ass hair. I was bald.
But then somebody had slipped me a fucking burned copy
Yeah.
of Avengers. I took it home, and I think it sat at my house for like a week and a half to 2 weeks. Because they just gave it to me. It's not like I bought it
Right.
off of them. They were like, here, watch this at some point. And I was like, I might. And then one day I just happened to be bored enough. I was like, fuck it, I'll go ahead and watch it. I'm not in the mood to play Call of Duty today. So I watch Avengers, and then I was like, this is actually really good.
Yeah.
So then I was like, maybe I should check out some of these earlier movies. So then I went and watched Iron Man, and then I watched Captain America, First Avenger, so forth and so on, and caught up to the Avengers.
Right.
And then it was like, dude,
yeah. These are
every
good.
single one of these made me care about a character I never gave a fuck about before. And then Ant-Man does it, dude. Like, dude, I swear to God, when they first announced...
I told you, like, when
when they
Ant-Man,
first announced Ant-Man, I was like, I'm not watching that
bro,
stupid
I was
fucking
worried.
movie.
I was so fucking worried.
I was
bro.
like, who gives a fuck about some Ant-Man? Like, literally one of the dumbest heroes of all time. And then you
Right.
watch it, and it's like, this is so fucking good.
right? Because I was, bro. He said, "Hey man, it can shrink." I'm like, bro, no, this is not about to end well with nobody, bro.
I'm actually, the only thing Ant-Man has done that has disappointed me was what he didn't do. He didn't crawl into Thanos' asshole and then expand.
Or have the ants crawl in the ants attack his ass, literally. Get the fire ants.
There were rumors for a while that everyone was making, well, it was more of a meme or a joke. But they said that that's how the Avengers were going to win, was Ant-Man was going to crawl into Thanos' ass
He would never have saw it coming.
and then grow. And then, now I'm actually glad that did not happen. But had it happened, it would have went from action to comedy really quick. Really quick. Could you imagine? And they wouldn't even tell you exactly what happened. You would just see Thanos go, oh. And then he would explode. And then Ant-Man would
I
be
don't
standing
think he
there.
would have got out. He would have.
It'd have been funny. It'd have been funny.
But yeah.
But yeah, now we're not drawing for next week, and there's a reason. This motherfucker.
I knew he was going
Here.
I knew it. I was. Now see that I should have jumped in. He said he gonna call me a motherfucker.
This motherfucker.
This motherfucker
has decided that next weekend he's going to Florida to go to some haunted house in Orlando.
Just cry. Just every haunted house. Some Texas
He doesn't
Chainsaw
even
Massacre.
like horror, guys.
I tolerate it, but I'm not a horror person. And my family are like, yeah, we like horror. I'm like, who is we? Who is we?
He's not going to be here at all next weekend, so we've actually got to record 4 podcast episodes.
Yeah, we're not
today.
gonna be done by like 10 o'clock at night.
Don't do that to me.
Might as well.
We got to record 4 episodes today, so we actually drew an extra one last week. Not on air, because we didn't even think about the fact he wasn't going to be out of town until after we had stopped recording. So if you guys want to know what got drawn, unhappily to me,
Yeah, whatever. It's a good one. Fuck whatever he's talking about.
was season 1 of X-Men Evolution.
Yeah, we pulled an X-Men, but not his X-Men. We pulled X-Men. It was one of my favorite X-Men that I like.
Yeah, it's some X-Men based off of nothing.
Yeah, whatever. It's my X-Men that will be forever in my heart as child nostalgia for me.
So I get to ruin Ralph's childhood next week.
Oh yeah, hey, I remember like you
No,
tell
it's
me.
it's
hey.
actually not that bad.
Hey, but
It's not that good, but it's not that bad.
yeah, whatever. It's all good for me. Every time each episode, I just go back to like eating like a hot pocket, and it's like, yeah, this is about to be a good fucking episode, guys. And then he's like, really, Ralph? Are you seeing what
Did
I'm
I
seeing?
fix the mic? I did fix the mic. I just
Oh
making
my
sure.
god! What if that mic was not on?
No, it's on.
Oh, it's on. Okay.
I was just make sure that I had the overall sound thing changed. Anyways, yeah, so that's next week's podcast episode. We're going to record that today. We did actually, dude, I worked so fucking hard this week getting all this shit together.
Bro, like a beast.
Dude,
I saw the pictures or the shit too.
I had to watch a movie, 5 episodes, create scripts for both of them.
and comics.
And then read 12 comics and create scripts for 2 episodes of those, and then create the comic aids for 2 of them. Dude, it's usually it takes me a full week to do 1 week's worth. And I actually knocked 1 week's out in one night. I had everything done for the first week Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
And then I spent the rest of the week getting the rest of it together.
That explains why
It was a lot
we're
of fun.
extremely tired.
I'm quite tired. I'm ready for a cigarette too. So, with that being said, we love y'all. Don't forget Comic Corner podcast coming out this Thursday. We'll be covering a few cool comics there. The week after is really cool though. Be ready for that week.
That's gonna be fun.
So with that being said, we love y'all. Thank y'all for watching.
Please rate, comment, subscribe. All that shit. Excelsior.
Share. Goddamn, we've been at 62 subs for the longest.
Please. We are good
Share.
people. I mean, this is like raw shit, man.
Right.
Literally.
We love y'all. See y'all next week.
Excelsior. Bye.
Excelsior! Excelsior. Where the fuck is my mouse?
Baby shark did do.